A very warm welcome to the Trading Mentor, dedicated to your success. Today we're going to be talking about day trading, the oil, a very successful system, 91% accuracy if used correctly. Just a quick reminder for those who are seeing the video for the first time and coming into my blogs and videos and newsletters. This is a disclaimer confirming that all information is for education purposes only. We are teachers. We do not give any investment advice whatsoever. So today we're talking about trading oil as a day trade. Now this doesn't mean that you'll be looking at your charts all day. It's not something I do. But it will give you opportunities throughout the day if you do want to make some money. So here we have the oil price at 93.97. We've gone short this one, and there's been several opportunities in the last few days. I'm just going to highlight those. The first thing to notice is that we have to know where the price is going, where the trend is. There's nothing ambivalent about that. It's one direction only. Don't go both ways. So the black line indicates resistance, and the blue line indicates resistance. So whenever the blue line is below the black line, this is a 15-minute chart, by the way, then we can safely say that the price is highly likely, probably, to go down. Now, the setups have to be perfect. Let me explain. So here we can see a previous high. Remember, we're looking for sells only. And as you can see from this stochastic, this is overbought in a downtrend. And the RSI is overbought above 70 in a downtrend. This is very important. And it's important for several reasons. One is that it establishes that the price is highly likely to fall from here, and therefore it gives you a better entry. Now in this instance here, a few days ago, we had a trend line drawn up from up here, and it broke the trend line. The trigger for this trade would be to sell below the blue line. There's one entry there. You would have got something like 100 pips from that quite easily. And there's another entry, isn't there, here? If you can see that as it goes back up to the blue line, you can see that it's overbought on the stochastic as well. Now, interestingly, notice here that the RSI is not overbought. So this is a weaker signal, but nonetheless one that will give you profits. So this entry here would have been 70 pips. Now this grey area here is a previous block we've drawn, which is acting as support. So that's a very good target to have. And one thing we use quite a lot is pivots. See this red line here, 63.56 is our target. 63.90, we ended up here somewhere, 63.30. So a perfect entry. Now the entry is, as we said, below the blue line. So if you miss this entry here, don't worry. Wait for it to come back and then go again. So there's plenty of opportunities. Now the best times to trade these kind of positions is between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. UK time, or 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon UK time. The reason for that is that the volumes, London Open increases volume, and the US Open increases volume. One of the other significant parts of this, as you may well have seen, is that, and there's some circles drawn here, is whenever the RSI moves below the 50, this indicates weakness. That's another sort of confirmation, if you like, confirmation that you are highly likely, probably going to get the position correct. Now, how valuable is this? Well, it's very, very valuable, this information. And if you come and join me as a member, then I'm happy to give you the indicators we use and the settings that we use. They're particularly good settings and very reliable. Been using these for over 20 years. I've been trading 25 years plus, actually. I think it's nearer 30 years. For all my sins. Here we go, 63.83. We're up about 50 pips now. Our target is the pivot below here, 63.56. Could get there any moment now. We'll hang around. So as I say, a simple system, consistently accurate, 91% accurate. Therefore, 1 in 10 of your trades will fail. But that's okay, we don't mind that. It means 9 will be right. Just move my stop to reduce risk. It's sensible of me. So 63.89, 63.90 looks like a quiet day. We can also, one thing you can do, which is quite useful as a tool, is to flick down to the 5-minute chart. If you're not quite sure what's going on, then you can get clarity here. Our entry was here as it went below the blue line on the 15-minute chart. And now it's likely to pull back a little bit, but that's okay. Now the 5-minute chart is showing oversold and oversold, so we could see a little bit of a reversal here, but that's fine. As long as it stays below the blue line on the 15-minute chart. We're quite happy with that. So we again now going to move our stop to break even pretty much. There we go, moved our stop to pretty much break even. There we have 0 risk on the market now. Quite happy to leave this. The chance of actually reaching its target of about 80 pips is very, very high. It even could go lower than that at some stage today, but there's quite a lot of resistance in these areas. Well, that's it. I can't tell you any more than that. A very simple system which works regularly and can bank a lot of money consistently. You might not want to trade long term. We are long term position investors, if you like. I hold positions for several months. They're my investments, that's my pension. And this method is my income, I guess. It could be for you too. Some people say I'm expensive, but how much is my time worth? How much is your time worth? You know, if you're looking for a system that regularly banks 80 to 100 pips each time, then it's a great position to be in. And this works with any chart. You can do the euro dollar, but it's much slower, much less volume than oil. You'll be waiting quite a while. Even though it's a slow day to day, we often get our targets reached within about half hour to an hour. But the other thing to remember, this is not something that we want to be doing, looking at charts all day. Certainly something I don't do. However, you know the peak times now. And the other thing to bear in mind is that what you can do is set and go. If you see a setup like this at the top, you can have an entry order down here somewhere, couldn't you? With a stop above there, the target down here. You could have, and this is what we call a phase one. This is the early entry. The phase one tends to make more money than a phase two. So this entry here is the second phase, so phase two, where the RSI doesn't have to be overbought. But with this entry, for instance, phase two, usually a lot less pips. So there's 70 pips there, as opposed to something like 132 maximum there. So you could go for 100 pips on the phase one and say 60, 70 pips on a phase two. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is a fantastic system, which I love. As I say, I've been using it for some 20 years, maybe longer, I don't know. You get lost with time, don't you? But have a look at this. This is very, very interesting. And one of the things I will do is I will support you 100% in your success. Have a great day, and I hope you're able to come and join me as a member.